A new study amongst the nation's gun owners has found that more Americans are now buying firearms to defend themselves against toddlers who found their guns. At Cal's gun range in Peoria, Illinois, Stephen Rosser is just one of a growing number of Americans who cite protection from armed toddlers as their primary reason for owning a firearm.
You know, I got 4 young kids running around at home. I got to protect myself from them.
Many other gun owners agreed. If a child ever gets into their nightstand or unlocked gun safe, they just want a chance to fight back.
If my 3-year-old ever picks up the gun I left on the couch, I'll be ready.
And with cases of armed toddlers on the rise, many states like Texas are taking action, just this month passing a new line in the sandbox law, making it legal to shoot any toddler in the same room as a gun. Coming up next, financial experts are sharing their secret on how to make $30 million in as little as 5 divorces. You've seen the news, now touch it with your fingers. To receive your monthly print edition of The Onion, head to membership.theonion.com today. With America's finest news source, the more you pay, the better the news.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Big Mac, Whopper. Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac. Ow! My back.
Good. Good morning. If you don't know, disclaimer, the Onion Network is a satire or spoof, funny thing, channel, network, whatever it is, making fun of CNN and news outlets. You gotta admit, their shit seems real. I posted one of those a couple of months ago, and one of my bosses, my friend, he was like, what the hell? Is that real? Because a lot of people don't know about Onion News Network. I've known about them for years, but haven't really been paying attention. But that's some funny shit. Plus, of course, I had to throw some random shit in there because this is the random common sense and random shit show. Or as I always say, the common sense and random shit show. Because the last 4 years before the inauguration of the real president, that's what it's been. A shit show. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Your friendly neighborhood conservative ex-con, Fernando Rivera Jr. with your daily stuff. And if you don't know by now, I've said many times, this is not breaking news channel. This is not a strictly conservative, making fun of bullshit on the left channel. This is me making fun of obvious stuff that people already make fun of or point out, and I'm doing it again. So if you don't watch these other guys, you're welcome. Plus, you know, I'm trying to make it more entertaining, comical. So let's say this, you know, I said before, this is like a, like a late night show, early in the morning, without guests, not a big production, just solo dolo by myself, no script. And I like doing the live thing. I look forward to it every morning because all of this I can't do without a computer. I don't have a computer, can't afford one, even with 3 jobs. They're all part-time jobs, so that's kind of why I'm still struggling. But I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it because I love doing this shit every morning. And I like to laugh. So if you have a good sense of humor, you will too. It is what it is, as this guy always says. Okay, first video. Excuse the headphone, it keeps wanting to like pop out. Trump couldn't have said it. And, you know, watching Trump read through this, you know, the waste of our tax dollars and all that, read in comparison to the carcass riding bag of oatmeal that was in office before, or so he thought. Just saying. Trying to read what Trump was reading, it would be loaded with gaps. I'm just saying. I mean, you look at Trump reading and putting his 2 cents in comparison. Come on, you can't deny it.
Where's the money being spent? Let's go into that for just a second. $520 million for a consultant on the environment. I've always been one that paid a lot of money for my environmental studies, but I paid like $50,000, not $520 million. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and promote licit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in the country of Colombia. Well, it's nice, $25 million going to Colombia for something that nobody ever heard of. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. $40 million. $42 million for Johns Hopkins, great place to research and drive social and behavior change in Uganda. $42 million. What about us? What about social change in our country? $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcisions. $10 million for circumcisions in another country. $9.7 million for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. In other words, let's teach them something about enterprise. What about our people? Can't we teach them about enterprise? $2.3 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia. $32 million to the Prague Civil Society Center, which is a very liberal group of people. Wonder how much of that money came back to the people that approved it. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $486 million to the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, including $22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova. $21 million for voter turnout in India. It's voter turnout in India. What about, like, voter turnout here? Oh, we've done that, I guess. We did $500 million, didn't we? It's called the lockboxes. $20 million for fiscal federalism in Nepal. Listen to these numbers. This is all fraud. $19 million for biodiversity conservation in Nepal. $1.5 million for voter confidence. We want to give them confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $2.5 million for inclusive democracies in South Africa. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well. They're doing a lot better than we do in the schools, aren't they? $2 million to develop sustainable recycling models to increase socioeconomic cohesion among marginalized communities in Kosovo, Ascali, and in Egypt. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. I could, by the way, I could read this all day long. I could go on all day long, and you'll see hundreds of billions of dollars. Wonder how much of that money came back to the people that approved it. This is all fraud.
Yo. Imagine the rotting bag of oatmeal reading even a quarter of what Trump just read. It would show the guy's out. He's out of there. His little hamster in his brain is not running anymore. It's probably buried somewhere in his little hamster cage, dead, brain dead, rotting bag of oatmeals that he was. Could not read halfway through that. He couldn't read through his teleprompter. Can you imagine all those words? Listening to Trump read, very literate, very intelligently, very just, that was accurate. What can I say? I'm almost speechless, you know what I'm saying? And then kickbacks, you already know, these politicians, especially liberals, how do they get in there with a salary that they get and come out billionaires, millionaires? It is what it is. Anyway, my two liberals or libtards of the day, because I have to post at least one or two a day. For now, these are two.
Conservatives who are cheering on the complete dissolution of USAID by Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing so to compensate for their own perceived inadequacies, and I am tired of pretending otherwise. What they are doing is the foreign policy version of dudes with tiny purchasing large trucks with huge tires to overcompensate for their own inadequate manhood. These conservatives who are cheering on USAID being dissolved are compensating for their own pathetic inadequacies in life by living vicariously through the ignorant and ostentatious muscle flexing of Elon Musk and Donald Trump on an international stage.
I can't stand this guy hog in his butt.
I have no sympathy, empathy, or compassion for anyone that thought that Donald Trump would be a better president. You deserve every fucking day for the rest of your
It is what it is. Now, if you've seen my prior videos, and I gotta say again, not breaking news, just pointing out factual, comical bullshit from the left. Sky News out of Australia, Rita Panahi, she has a show called Lefties Losing It. Great show. I put a link in the description to any channels that I share, including Sky News. I put on this description of this video here. Look them up. They're a good channel to follow. Good stuff every day, pointing out stuff over there, halfway around the world, about the clown show we have here, and liberals, but lefties, whatever. But anyway, watch this video. As I said, link in the description. Rita's pretty good, but she points out some stuff. It's about 4 minutes long, so bear with it. Watch this.
Now to possibly the dumbest woman in America. And yes, I know that is a big claim, but if you've ever been unfortunate enough to read any of Jen Rubin's crazy emoting masquerading as analysis, you'd understand why I feel very confident in making that claim. This is a woman who said that Republicans who weren't even in power were responsible for Hamas attacking on October 7. Incredible. And she claimed that Republicans want to kill your children.
How about this? Republicans want to kill your kids. It's actually true.
Yep, it's a fact. She's madder than a cut snake, and I can bring you about 1,000 other examples of how irredeemably thick this woman is. But let's look at the latest example where she claims that those who support Donald Trump, that would be the majority of voters, Jennifer, she claims they don't read.
Why would ABC, Disney, the mouse, who has more money than God, settle with Donald Trump?
I honestly don't know.
You know, I've asked, why would ABC? But people ask me all the time, why is the media so mamsy-pamsy? And there are two explanations. One is they are convinced that if they would just move a little bit to the right, all those MAGA readers out there, now you'll notice the contradiction in terms, MAGA readers, would pick up the Washington Post and they would have more readers. What is the logical fallacy here? Yes, reader.
The audacity of that dimwit is astonishing. And sticking to those with a room temperature IQ, let's check in with this hysterical clown, a trans woman, we are told, well, so a man, who believes concentration camps are just around the corner.
With concentration camps looming in the United States, here's what queer people are doing. Yes, I said concentration camps, you can MAGA. We are getting a go bag ready. We're going to have a go bag with shoes, clothes for 7 days, dehydrated food, think astronaut food for 7 days. We're going to have $1,000 cash or prepaid credit card on hand. And this is just for the emergency. This isn't for permanency. This is for a week of getting by off the grid. We're going to have anything ready for the pets that we're taking with us. So put some cat litter in your trunk.
Don't forget the cat litter, that's very important. You know what, that is so wacky that I almost suspect he's trolling us, but I'm told it's real, and really with the craziness of the modern left these days, it's becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between satire and lefties losing it, like this dude who wants to kick gay white Zionist men out of the LGBT community.
I'm finally starting to realize that white, gay Zionists should be demoted from being gay. Like, it's not okay for someone to be so open and accepting of queer culture or be part of the LGBTQ community when you are supporting genocide. These type of gays, let me tell you, they are the worst. They are the worst because they are basically becoming their oppressors.
So if you're a white gay man who believes Israel has a right to exist, then you're backing your oppressors. Does that nincompoop realise that Israel is the only country in the Middle East where gay men enjoy real rights, freedoms, protections? I wouldn't go announcing your gayness or your membership of the LGBTQ community in places like Gaza, unless you be thrown off the roof of any building that's still standing.
Yo, you see what I'm saying? Sky News Australia pointing out facts. TDS, change the subject, yes, but still somewhat political. This guy is not a conservative. Links in description to some of these videos.
I didn't really believe there was such a thing as Trump derangement syndrome. Hatred of Donald Trump so intense that it impairs people's judgment.
I'm low income now, but I worked 40 years and paid taxes. So this cannot continue happening. So,
ma'am,
yes, I want to talk to the city manager when everything is over. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Chris Cluey, 15-year HB resident. I'm here to speak out against both the plaque and the current city council. As the community made clear at the Library Commission meeting last Tuesday, everyone is in favor of a plaque to celebrate the library, but the vast majority are against including a MAGA acrostic. Okay? Unfortunately, it's clear that this council does not listen, so instead I'm going to take my time to say what MAGA has stood for these past 3 weeks.
Here we go.
MAGA stands for trying to erase trans people from existence. MAGA stands for resegregation and racism. MAGA stands for censorship and book bans. MAGA stands for firing air traffic controllers while planes are crashing. MAGA stands for firing the people overseeing our nuclear arsenal. MAGA stands for firing military veterans and those serving them at the VA, including canceling research on veteran suicide. MAGA stands for cutting funds to education, including for disabled children. MAGA is profoundly corrupt, unmistakably anti-democracy, and most importantly, MAGA is explicitly a Nazi movement. You may have replaced a swastika with a red hat, but that is what it is.
Bruh.
I will now engage in the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience.
Get the heck. Get out. Yeah, we're going to take a 5-minute recess.
What an idiot. TDS. I don't know. Anyway, Gayle King. Obviously, marching orders, follower, lefty. I actually watched Gayle King from Connecticut. I believe she used to be on a network. I think she's from Connecticut. I don't remember. But as I said before, and this guy, I don't even think he's conservative. He could be, but I think he owns her. Anyway, he's a big Delta Airlines bigwig. And apparently she tried to have him admit that it's all Trump's fault. It didn't go right. Talk about the ultimate poop in the face. Let's just say it.
The Trump administration recently fired many employees of the FAA administration. Do those cuts worry you, and do you think that impacts the safety? I know you just said it's the safest way to travel, but after looking at all these mishaps, a lot of people are very nervous. Do these cuts affect you?
Let me just say this with all due respect. You really don't know what you're talking about right now.
The cuts do not affect us, Gayle. I've been in close communication with the Secretary of Transportation. I understand that the cuts at this time are something that are raising questions.
Okay.
But the reality is there's over 50,000 people that work at the FAA, and the cuts, I understand, were 300 people, and they were in non-critical safety functions.
Sorry. Oops.
The Trump administration has committed to investing deeply in terms of improving the overall technologies that are used in the air traffic control systems and modernizing the skies. They've committed to hiring additional controllers and investigators.
And
Safety investigators. So no, I'm not concerned with that at all.
ow!
You gotta love it. I'm just saying. Anyway, next video. I went a little longer than I wanted to today before I get into the random shit. But the random shit's pretty interesting, especially if you're a Superman fan. But anyway, ghetto chick, ghetto politician. And I'm hearing this from other black YouTubers who have common sense. But, yeah.
How is that even possible?
For all of the criticisms that exist of Donald Trump, he right now has a 53% approval rating. It's higher than it's ever been. 70% believe that he's fulfilling his promises, and 45% believe Democrats should be more moderate.
Okay, good luck with that.
What do you take away? I think there's a lot to make of those numbers. What's your takeaway from that?
My takeaway is just like the election. We've got to do better at education. People don't understand, but you will understand when those hospitals in rural America start closing down even more. Bullshit. You will understand when you don't have your Social Security. You will understand when your Medicaid, your Medicare goes away. You will understand as planes continue to fall out of the sky. Soon you will understand why it's important to maybe have somebody that isn't loud and ridiculous, and maybe Sleepy Joe is what we wanted because we could at least sleep at night.
You know, that's probably the dumbest thing anybody said to me around here in a long time.
Idiot, liberal, jerkwad, piece of shit, ghetto trash. That's what that is. Ghetto trash. And you idiots who voted this person in, I say it to all you idiots, liberals, pretty much, that voted these dumbass fuckwads on the left, Democrats, it's what you get. They're shit, they wear wigs, they look like trash, they're ghetto as fuck, they ain't worth shit. And I said many times, most of these people should be in jail, and hopefully they keep doing what they're doing. There ain't gonna be no more Democrats in office for the next 10, 20 years, maybe forever. My opinion. Joe Schmo, no live views, whatever. Just saying what I'm saying. Anyway, enough of politics. I keep saying I don't want to do mostly politics. I know I'm going to probably go over a half hour today because I want to. Superman. All right, we got a new Superman. I talked about this a week or two ago. You know, there's, give me 1 second. This logo, this right here, that's the new Superman logo. And then, of course, we had this one, which was Henry Cavill logo. And I believe it was Zack Snyder's Superman. It was called Man of Steel. It wasn't even called Superman. It was called Man of Steel because that's what Superman is, a Man of Steel. If you've never watched this version of Superman, now granted, everything that involved Henry Cavill and Superman after that, it's not his fault. They fucked up. They screwed it all up. They should have just kept going with what they were doing because the first Man of Steel was the shit. I'll show you a trailer. The new one, I don't know. David Cornsweet, I believe, plays Superman. Not only do I not like this Fruit of the Loom looking outfit that he's wearing, but I'll show you the trailer first to the newer version of Superman.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Superman.
Okay. I have my opinion. I'm probably going to watch it anyway. But does that inspire you? Give you chills? The trailer to watch? No. I think it's a little too comic bookish. And listen, James Gunn was a genius when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy. Those 3 movies were amazing. Some people like the first one. I like the last one. They were all good. And that was awesome music background. I mean, it was really good. This, I don't know. I think they killed it. But comparison, Man of Steel. If you've never watched that movie, it is the best superhero movie I have ever seen. I said I'm a Spider-Man fan, but I mean, who doesn't like Superman? You know what I mean? This is what you call epic. If you've never watched it, the trailer alone gives me goosebumps.
Goodbye, my son. Our hopes and dreams travel with you.
He'll be an outcast. They'll kill him.
How? He'll be a god to them.
What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater?
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son. And I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes the rest of your life, you owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
How do you find someone who has spent a lifetime covering his tracks? For some, he was a guardian angel. For others, a ghost who never quite fit in.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
You believe your son is safe?
I will find him!
My father believed if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here is an S. How about
Excuse me.
Granted, came out years ago. I forgot what year it was. I mean, if you've never watched it, how'd that make you feel? Give you chills. It gave me chills. And I've seen this movie 20 times. I haven't watched the trailer in a while, so I downloaded it and didn't watch it, but I know what it was. And it gave me chills watching it now. This is the first superhero movie I've ever watched that actually had me in tears in one or two of the parts in the movie. It's very inspiring. I don't know if you're into superheroes, if you're not, whatever. Like I said, I'm a big superhero guy, especially movies. But I don't know. I think James Gunn has grown to ruin it. I mean, they should have just fixed whatever errors they had. Kept Henry Cavill was Superman. And 90% of people who've watched Man of Steel agree. Look it up. You know, yes, I know the new Superman is not origin like Man of Steel is. Redone origin. But listen, Russell Crowe playing Jor-El, his dad. The beginning of the movie, just the way they did it was so cool. The special effects were just amazing. How he was sent to Earth. I mean, everything was amazing. And then Kevin Costner playing his dad. I mean, come on. Star-studded movie. Amazing. Even the costume looked bad as shit. Anyway, enough of that. Just want to talk about the random shit part of the show. Movie buff. Not all political. Not viral, as I say. And I'm hoping I entertain you, because this is why I'm here. This is why I look forward to this every morning, to talk to you guys. Some shows are going to be nothing but random shit. Because, well, I know we're all tired of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Not breaking news. Just comical shit and real shit. Random shit. Every day, or at least 6 days a week. I'm going to see if I can do Sundays too. Even though nobody watches me until after. But thank you for watching. Love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe to my Facebook. Or actually, follow me on Facebook, The Conservative Ex-Con. Rumble, if you're a conservative and you don't have Rumble, download it, free app. You can pay subscription not to have ads, but if you can deal with them on YouTube, you can deal with them there. Owned and run by conservatives. No censorship whatsoever. Trust me, I've dealt with censorship, YouTube, and even Facebook. But whatever. TikTok, The Conservative Ex-Con. Same thing on X. I don't really post a lot on X, but I should. But I don't have a lot of followers. Hopefully that grows. Links in the description to some of the videos I share, and support links as well. So if you want to help the channel grow. And as I said, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thursday. Weekend's almost here already. Month is almost over already. Holy shit. That's pretty fast. And you guys have an amazing day. And I like to end the show this way. So stay true to the red, white, and blue. Peace out, everyone.